Project Management Session 1. A series on project management. We already completed on supply chain management one series. So similarly, now there will be a series starting on project management. We'll be having almost 8 to 9 or maybe more sessions on this. I know some of you will be interested in doing the PMI PMP certification. So this our sessions are not the coaching material for those competitive exams, but the approach in these sessions will be that you understand the fundamentals of project management step by step, and then you can build up your academics on that. So these sessions will be very effective to understand the concept of project management with applications, industry applications, how the things are being used, how the project managements are being nurtured, how project management has taken the shapes over a period of time. So that's an objective of these sessions, and it will definitely, because in one of the convocation 3-4 years before, one of the student who met me and he said that, sir, I think I took the series in that period. Then he said, sir, your series has helped me a lot to read and understand the study material for that PMP examinations. So, and it has really helped him. So I hope that the same with you guys, and definitely I'll try to give my best so that you can understand the concept of project management with utmost clarity. And I don't guarantee 100% clarity, but wherever you have a doubts, please come up and ask me at the end of the session. And if I'm not aware about that, I'll come back in the next session for that, don't worry. Okay, so we start our first session, and just a very basic and very simple concepts I'm going to explain today. So who are from project management field, okay, it is just a brush up for them. Who are not from the project management field, I make sure that you understand the concept of project management, because even if you are not from the field of project management, but the application of project management we are using every day in our life. So everybody is some or other way doing the project management. The screen what you see in front of me right now, what is there in front of you guys right now, what you see is one of the longest bridge, almost 165 kilometer long bridge, somewhere in the river, somewhere in the land, somewhere in the cities crossing and reducing. It's in China, 165 kilometer long bridge, which reduces Shanghai and some Beijing connectivities there, exactly, okay. So which reduces the travel time by half, 4.5 hours, it's reduced to by 2 hours. So 2.5 hours are saved for the nation. So such kind of infrastructure projects, they help the nation building. So yes, these are the things which are an eye catcher in the field of project management. This I need to speak up and I need to present you guys. The presentation may contain information and materials drawn from various sources, including but not limited to online and offline publications, research studies, and other publicly available resources. I, the presenter, acknowledges and express appreciation for the contribution of these sources, and this presentation is intended for informational purpose only, with an objective of giving back to society with sharing, and is not intended to constitute legal, financial, or other professional services and advices. That is what I intend to do. So that is what Mahatma Gandhi said. Mahatma Gandhi believed that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. These online sessions are my humble attempt to do just that, giving back to society that has shaped me by empowering the next generations. We have a quorum on board, slowly coming up. What you see on front of your screen right now is one of the highest railway bridge in the world. Okay, this bridge is in state of Jammu and Kashmir in India, and this bridge has reduced the travel time from Katra to Srinagar by half. By road it was 6 to 7 hours. Because of this, it has just become 3 hours. You know the mountains, how the things. This bridge was like conceptualized. There was a need. This bridge is almost 360 meters tall, 30 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower. Okay. So world's highest rail bridge. See, the bridge, the contract was awarded in 2004. Means a contractor has been selected. After that, when you award some contract, correct? You give a job to somebody, so work should start immediately. But work did not start for maybe around 4 to 5 years, around 2010, because the design was little doubtful, that the design, earthquake zone and everything, the design was doubtful that this bridge will be successful or not. This bridge will stand, self-stand will be there or not. So when there is a doubt, it's better to hold. Then it was again reconfirmation, rechecks of design, everything. Actually, this should have been done before. Let me be honest with on that subject. It should have been done before. But no problems. The best is to get a permanent solution, sustainable permanent solution. So then this bridge was, again the construction started in 2010, and in 2022, after 12-year construction completed. And then this bridge was under trial for almost 2.5 to 3 years time, testing going on, correct? And finally the trains, the use of this bridge has started in 2025 June. Why am I speaking all these things to you guys actually right now? See, when you take up some task, it takes time. It need to be planned. It need to be well designed, so it works. It takes time. Even when you made it, you take a time to test it. So the concept of project management, I'm not discussing right now project management. I'm just discussing some basic things to get into the subject. So this is an understanding that how the things are made in a broader prospects. And do you think that the constructions are happening nowadays only? And we all know that's not true. The constructions are there from the ancient time, we can see. 7th century, Great Wall of China. Correct? It lasted for long. There are many forts in India, Chittor Fort, Mehrana forts, many forts are there, which still a tourist spot. Panama Canal, early 19th century, early 20th century, sorry. Burj Khalifa, skyscraper technology, one of the tallest building, 800 plus meters. A lot of steel industries, industrial revolution of Europe, cement plants, steel plants. Then COVID came, so the vaccine was to be produced in a shorter duration with completing the trials also. Then going to satellite, going to space with the help of satellite. So construction of satellite, making the satellite, designing the satellite. Mission Mars. So the point which I'm trying to make here is, if you are a project manager, okay, or you will execute a project, you are not a project manager right now, but you may be a project manager in the future, or you may take some responsibility of project management. This specific slide, I want you to rethink one. And what is that one point? Things have been done in the past. The project management is not something fresh. You are not going to create a miracle. There are history evidences, there are success, there are failures available in the history. When you build your own house, you call an engineer to design your house. You try to visit other houses, you try to see how they made it, what extra you can add, or what is a good thing you can adopt. So the project management is not only construction of a building, not a construction of road. It is an holistic approach to make something which will be used for years and years to come. So you must be so well prepared. You see all the ifs and buts. You take into consideration all the failures which historically happened, and then you make a concrete plan. You make a solid design that what I'm telling now, what I'm making now is to the highest confidence level. It will work for a design duration 20 years, 25 years, 50 years, 100 years. Getting my point? So, as a project manager, whenever responsibility given to it, it's a big responsibility. And utmost caution should be taken as a project manager or even a member of that project execution team, that you don't leave anything, you don't ignore anything, you look an holistic approach, take a deep breath, try to understand pros and cons, and then start working on the project. And it is a everyday cycle. Every day you have to turn the table. Every day you have to see from other side. Every day you have to see from all the angles. So the objective is very clear here. The simple explanation which I am making right now is project management is as old as humanity. So when you do something, you have a lot of big library to support you, to help you out. I'll get into the session, but before that, you know that the PMP certification is done by Project Management Institution of USA, correct? Fine. So they have a PMBOK book, Project Management Book of Knowledge, correct? The most important point is there are 4 very valuable, very important values are there when you are executing a project. And it is, by the way, it is documented in that book. Responsibility, respect, fairness, and honesty. They need to be in place. They need to be in place. Responsibility indicates ownership of decision and action. Own it. Fulfill your commitment. Continuous learning and development, self-development and the development of your team. Consider social and environmental impact, what you're doing, what is going to have an impact on society, on environment. Respect, treating others with dignity, listening to diverse perspective, avoiding discrimination and harassment, showing consideration for culture and belief. That is respect. Fairness, objective decision making, fair in decision making, equal opportunity for all, avoiding conflicts of interest, equitable distribution of resources and rewards. Fairness. Honesty, truthful in communication, accurate reporting and documentation, transparency in actions, disclosing potential issues and risks. These words looks very simple, by the way. Responsibility, respect, fairness, honesty. But they have been documented for a purpose, for a reason. That when you are executing a project, it is understood that you know these 4 bullets very crystal clear and you respect them, you follow in your practice, and then after that only the story starts. So it's given, done deal. There are no shortcuts. So when you are doing a PMP, when you are a project team member, a project manager, project director, these are the basic core values, foundations need to be in place in your behavior. And you are a good broadcaster for these 2 to establish these 4 core values in the team. Project management, now when we talked about a long history of construction, civilization, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, when the township plans was there, correct? Proper township plan was there, how the drainage will go, how the houses will be made to get the natural sunlight and everything, correct? So there was a thought. So the project management, don't consider it as immediately like, oh, today I got something, so I have to start something fresh. Wait. Do not have an isolated approach. Have an inclusive approach. And what is that inclusive approach? What is in your hand, you will do it. But proven traditional practices widely applied over a period of time, slowly. Somebody made the Great Wall of China, correct? It's predominantly a civil construction. So maybe at that time, in that era, AutoCAD was not there. Okay, but still it has been made without AutoCAD, without design softwares. Correct? So there are proven traditional practices are there, and that they are being adopted. In general, they are adopted. And that need to be ensured that we respect those proven traditional practices, because they only make the foundation of our new era. And the second is evolution. Innovative practices emerging in the profession. So what you are doing, you are taking all the traditional practices, proven practices from the history, and you are looking beyond what is the innovation happening, what I need to adopt. When first time AutoCAD came, then engineer thought, okay, let's use the design software, okay, let's use this thing, okay. So similarly, any innovative practices, new emerging professional practices, new ideas, new supporting systems, new softwares, so that also need to be incorporated. So when I say proven traditional practices means we have the lesson learned from history. And when I say innovation means I am looking for an improvisation. So that's why the project management includes what is there right now, that's fine. But from the history and from the future, what new innovations can be done. Now, the project management generally recognized as a good practice. A good practices. We are going to follow the good practices. That is what I said in the previous slide. So now in this, if I say generally recognized and the good practice, if I split them, so what is generally recognized? Generally recognized means the knowledge and practices described as applicable to most projects most of the time, and there is a consensus about their value and usefulness. We do like this. It is time tested. Correct? So these are generally recognized because they are time tested, proven. Their value is proven. Their purpose is proven. And what is the meaning of good practice? Good practice means there is a general agreement that application of knowledge, skills, tools and techniques to project management process can enhance the chance of success in delivering the expected business values and results. Some new knowledge, skill, if you use this tool, if you use this equipment, this will make our construction more reliable, more safe. So these are the good practices. So one is the knowledge, practices, what we are doing. And second is the good practices, tools and techniques, what we use. Now you'll ask me tools and techniques, correct? So say if you are constructing some plants, how to construct that plant, what tools need to be used, what techniques to be used to construct that plants. So these are all good practices. If you look at cement industry when you are constructing, and you are constructing another oil industry, so there will be definitely different tools will be there. There will be something common, I'm not denying, but there will be something which will be industry specific. And it's proven that we use that only here. So that's why the project management foundation is on the generally recognized good practices. Do not do a complete research-based project management. The purpose of here is that whenever any project is given to you to execute, use some innovative methods, I'm not denying. But whatever existing good practices are there, use them. Whatever established historical records are there, use them. Follow them. Try to tweak them as per your requirement with a proper analogy, with proper justification, with proper evaluation. But don't discard them just like this. No. Why I'm taking this point time and again? When suddenly the responsibility of project management are given, we start feeling that, oh wow, I got a project, I will do it in my way. Now I'm telling you the truth. This my way approach is not the completely right approach. Because there are proven episodes, there are proven practices are already in place. When you say my way, I way or my way. Okay, these are not, if they are not supported by a research, if they are not supported by historical good practices, then you could land up in a problem, because your way may not be a time-tested way. I may and Y may, my way may not be a time-tested way. So we need to respect the time-tested ways and means, tools and tackles. That is what I'm trying to make a trigger. And by the way, PMBOK book speaks about it. Linking project leadership and management to successful outcome. Now I'm coming to that concept, what I told just now. Leadership and managers, they are applying the practices, project management practices, principles, processes, tools, techniques. We're going to see in the coming sessions, don't worry about it. But there are, you right now understand, there are project management practices. There is a library where given principles are there, tools are there, tackles are there, processes are there, techniques are there. So you have a project management library where everything is kept. So what they do, they try to see leaders and managers, they sit together, they discuss, okay, let's, for this project, we will use these tools, we'll use these practices, we'll use these principles, okay? So for this, the customization of that project will have a library, input from the library, but not all which are relevant and which are required. Managers used key skills and apply knowledge. Key skills are what? Communication, problem solving, teamwork, leadership, correct? Then time management and decision making. And applied knowledge is what? Project scope, what will be the scope, how the flows will come, budget will come, what are the risks involved into it, what are the industry's expertise, what are the quality control. So these are the applied knowledges. What I told, key skills and applied knowledges, they are already in the library of project management. If your organization is doing project management, this is not first time, they are doing from the years. So your project management library of your organization will have this set of key skills. And then manager applies this for what? To satisfy the customer. Customer is, it could be, it's your operations team. If you are building a cement plant, steel plant, so you are handing over to, when I complete the construction, I'm going to give that plant to the operations team to operate it, to run and operate. I have to engage with the stakeholders also when I'm building that plant. I need to take government approvals for that. I need to discuss with all the persons who are involved in the projects. I need to talk with finance team. Boss, I need money. Ensure that you do a proper budgeting for me. I need this much budget this month or this quarter and next quarter and this year. And at the same time, you are in touch with the projects who are affected by your project. Maybe surrounding business community, surrounding residential areas, or who are affected by your project. Okay, so we have to connect with them also as a project team. So that is called project leadership and how they manage the things, which is essentially required for project. If you have any questions, keep a note of your questions, okay? I'm trying to go in a very simple way to understand, to make an understanding on the subject, okay, clearly. Project is not a lifelong one project. If you want to construct a building, correct? You're not going to keep constructing that building for your lifelong. Because you have to occupy building, you're making a building for you're making your house. If you are making any plant or anything, you cannot keep making it for lifelong, because ultimate objective of that making that project or that plant is to start producing something which you are intended to do that. So that's why the project is called a temporary endeavor. It is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service or result. I will finish this project in 3 years. I'll go to the next project to create something new, something different, or maybe same or something different at different location. But this is a temporary endeavor. Remember this point. And when I say temporary endeavor, means you have a limited time. You have a limited budget or a defined budget. You know what you want to do. You want to build a building of 50-story building. So you have to build a 50-story building is a scope. You have to build in 3 years is a time, and you have a budget of 10 million. That is your flows. So everything is temporary. Well defined. So when you have that time, in operations, suppose in one shift, if you lost your production for 5-6 hours, Okay, of course that loss is lost because you lost the time, but still you have a chance to recover that. Maybe by extra effort you can do it. But the project, if you don't build a plant in 3 years time and you take 4 years time, your company has lost a huge loss because of that one extra year you took, because you could not able to start your production. So that's why when you have a defined time, you need to be very meticulous in delivering the goods in time. A simple example. If you need a dinner at 8 o'clock in the night, remember this analogy your lifelong. If you need to have your dinner at 8 o'clock in the night, and if I send your dinner and I offer you dinner, or your dinner reaches to you at 11 o'clock in the night, delayed by 3 hours, you will not wait. You will have your dinner from some other means, and you'll say thank you to that. The dinner which is coming at 11 o'clock. Or you will maybe cancel that. So I don't need delivery. So similarly, the plan of the project need to be time bound. Deliveries on times are essential, fundamental foundation of a project management. So temporary endeavor is define start and end dates. Start and end is fixed. Resource allocation, what is required? For this period, I need 100 manpower extra. Okay, 100 manpower, resource is given. Specific timelines, at what time what will deliver. Unique product, new deliverable, some innovation or creativity, we are going to add some service to services, and a single outcome as a result. That we need to excel in our performance. We need to be number 1 in GCC region in XYZ field. We are right now ranking 3. So we are expanding our infrastructure, our production capabilities by another 2 or 3 years time, so that we become number 1 in GCC region. Clear? Single outcome. Objective driven, specific goals, which I already told you, from rank 3 to rank 1. Sometimes meeting requirement, you are not meeting the requirement, statutory requirement, environmental requirement, so meet the requirements. Objective driven, measurable success, and we want to be from number 3 to number 1, measurable success. So that's why project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service or result. I think that is very simple, but it is the soul of the project management actually. You don't have a luxury of anything. You have luxury, what is there in your hand, what is predefined, what is given to you. But otherwise there is no relaxation. Projects are undertaken to fulfill objectives by producing deliverables. Do not worry, these things we are going to study in details in coming sessions, but these are just to give you the glimpse of it, because all this defined objective has certain steps, certain segments. Then project phase, where we plan, we prepare, we design ourselves, then we execute, we hand over. So that is the project phase. Then output, delivering the outputs. Final, I'm giving it to the operations, you handle this now. So these will be discussed in detail, don't worry. But remember that the basic requirement is our objective should be clear, that what I want to do. This objective must be discussed, debated. If your objective is not clear, ambiguous, rest all has no meaning. Because probably if you are going with an ambiguous, unclear objective, you may land up withdrawing your project plan, and by that time you must have wasted your time and money and your resources. So it is much better to be very clear in your objective. So that is the basic purpose of objectives. We'll discuss this in details, don't worry, in coming sessions. And in project phase, once objective is clear, now work on this objective. How to do it? How to design this objective? What is required for this objective? What should be the timeline? How much time we need it for this? Because you will get something from objective, some key dates you will get. But now project phase, now cooking the food, arranging the resources and cooking the food, and making the food ready, which is delivery the output. So that's why these 3 stages are very important in project management, and we are going to have a good sessions on them step by step. Project creates unique product, services or results. Don't worry, we already discussed this. Temporary endeavor, unique product, unique services, unique results, correct? So lands, what is the unique product? Burj Khalifa, a unique design, tallest building in the world. Global, unique services. Product is clear, okay, you understand, plant, machinery is correct. Services, our logistics services are not doing great. We are having our cost is very high. Like for example, in India right now, the efforts are being made. This logistic cost is around 11%. So the global average is around 7 to 8%. So they are trying to put all the efforts to bring down the logistic cost because it is the money of everybody. Who is using logistic channels? Not by road, by the only. Logistic includes everything. Okay, so we already studied in the supply chain that. Okay, no need to explain that right now, but optimization, so that we can reduce our cost, we can reduce our time. Or unique result, a COVID vaccine, achieving a specific result, because a project is not only always to construct a building or a plant, but no, I'm doing a research, that itself is a project for me, because this vaccine will create a life-saving effort for the humanity. So novel outcome. Or a result to establish a space station on Mars. It's unique. Correct? So that's why a project is a temporary, time bound, and it's made to create a unique product, services, or a result. The paradox of repetition in unique projects. Okay, be with me. You are going to get this slides, don't worry. But they are very effective actually to get the concept slowly. Now you will say, sir, what is this in the project management? We are building a building. It required a cement, bricks. Okay, same tower crane, same iron. Okay, similar material, steel, concrete finishes. I agree with you. There's no doubt in that. Maybe the same team will be there, or some other team will be there. Expertise reused or team rotated, okay? So what you do, planning, procurement, construction, handover, all these things, what and how, this keep happening. You plan, then you procure, then you construct, then handover. This also happens every time in the project. There's nothing new about it. It's okay, fine. Deliverables also given. So the repetition does not change fundamental project nature. Like constructing office building with similar material teams, agreed, all is agreed. But what is unique in it? Now, if the same cement is being going to use, sir, then you'll ask me the question, sir, what is unique about it? Yes, there is a uniqueness. What is uniqueness? Where? One building you construct here and one building you construct somewhere else on the globe. So there are specific locations, unique coordinates. There the soil is not that great, so you have to make a strong foundation. For the same building above, no problem, but your foundation is very strong because it is an earthquake prone areas. The culture is different in that area. You cannot give the outside finishes what you did in the previous building. So it will be a custom design based on either customers, your client's requirement, or maybe the region specific. You see that there are cities known for their colors. Like in India, you have pink city, blue city, correct? So a unique designs in European country, you'll see there are different unique designs are there for their buildings. All residential complexes, they follow a unique designs. So that uniqueness is there, which is a location specific. Environment and situations. If you are making a building in this region, it has to be soundproof, thermal proof, because you are having a heat. Same area, same construction, but it will be an environment and situation specific. And now when you are building a building in one place in the globe, another place in the globe, your construction team may be different. Your labors may be different. Getting my point? So there are unique characteristics, context, where, who. Correct? So that's why I did 10 projects before, so 11th will be easy for me. Yes, it will be easy for you, surely. Who has not done before, because you are an expert. But remember, every new project, even if you have done a 10 project before, it's a unique emblem in your hand. So look it as a very fresh eyes. Don't get biased. Learn from your past, but don't get biased. I know this happens like this only. No. There will be something uniqueness. If you go by that concept that you know everything, you have done many things before, you are bound to make a mistake. Project is such a work where team boundaries are defined and undefined also. Now you'll ask me, sir, what is defined, what is undefined? See, the when we make a project, some group of persons will be there involved with us. There will be some teams will be involved with us within the organization. There will be some other organization which will be involved with you, who will be constructing, like a contractor is constructing building for you, or he is constructing a project for you, is making a plant for you. All is done. But the requirements may pop up during the project execution. You may need additional support. You may not require some support what you envisaged. So that's why it is across the company level work, organization level work. So it is not only that a handful of 5-6 persons, they will go and they will execute the project. No, they will be at the forefront. Project team will be at forefront. But they require support of finance, they require support of legal, they require support of health, safety and environment, they require a support of commercial teams, contracts team, they require a procurement team support. So that's why projects are undertaken at organizations levels. There are stakeholders who are there, who will support you to execute the project. There will be some research required, there will be some designs required. Projects are temporary and definite beginning and end. See, when we say temporary, it does not mean a short duration. That's just a simple clarification on the subject. It's not 1 week, 2 weeks job. I'm just telling you, for example, okay? But a definite start and definite end is there. And this is, when you say definite end, project object is achieved. Listen to me now carefully. Or sometimes you have to end your project, because sorry, we cannot meet our objective. Now you are getting my point, correct? What I was telling before, that there is a situation where your objective should be very clear. But if the studies, time investment, pros and cons, something is missed out at that time, probably you may conclude while you started your execution that sorry, we cannot meet this objective. Hold it. Price is not supporting, international market prices are not supporting the given trends, or the market is losing the demand of this particular item. So leave it. Or it is impossible to achieve this because the new players are coming to the market. Or you don't have money, your funds got exhausted, sorry. Because suddenly other portion of your company needed the money, and that was more essentially required to continue the business, and accordingly you exhausted your money. So you don't have funds now. Stop the project. Need no longer exist. I gave the example already. 8 o'clock, dinner is required. If the dinner comes at 11 o'clock, if I have to eat dinner, I'll say, thank you very much, I don't need your dinner. I will arrange something from other sources. So what happened? Need no longer exist. Because you are not able to meet the things. Or second way, that we have changed our business plan. We are migrating from steel business to the oil and gas business. Or we are migrating from A business to B business. So because this business is no more lucrative, resources are not available. So I'm just telling you that it is not always the happy situation. Okay, in majority of the cases we complete our projects, but there are situations where projects are not completed, but still it is called a definite end. We are concluding the project incomplete. We are not doing that project anymore. Legal consequences, environmental consequences. So there is project objectives achieved, goal meet, but there could be other challenges which can stop the project. So there is nothing about it that you cannot stop your project. Yes, you can. The project can be stopped. A good point. The project is temporary. We saw that, correct? But his effect will last long. You make a national monument, it lives for 100 plus years. Statue of Liberty may be constructed in some duration, but it is always a national monument. Economic stabilities. Social impact. You create a schools, you create a library. How much time it is supporting the community for years to come? You do a good forestation. You do good landscaping in the areas. You are impacting the environment. You are helping the environment to come. So the purpose of telling here is the project is temporary. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years will finish, but it will have a long-lasting impact. The journey, what we saw in the bridges, both the bridges, one is the longest bridge, one is the tallest bridge. Both have reduced the travel time by half. How much fuel has reduced? 50% fuel has reduced. Environmental impact has reduced, correct? So, the concept of project management is to take the company to the future state, add a value, increase the production capacity, increase, if not production capacity, increase the quality. Before you are able to prepare only some sub-grade products, now you are able to make the international quality. You have an enhanced quality products. So we are working for quality future state. We are increasing for the capacity. We are increasing for the more profit margins. We are increasing our profit margin by optimizing our projects, by optimizing our processes, and by adding some value to it by a project concept or adding a project just to add a value. So this is how the project adds the business value also. Okay, and we are going to have this project initiation concept to move from the present state to the future state where we look forward. Your grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, these are all in our life, they are all projects. Definite time, grade 10 I have to cross in 1 year, grade 12 I have to do, grade engineering or medical education, another project in life. Okay, self projects to go to your next stage, to bring to your future value, create a value into it. So they are all analogies. So we do keep doing project from our childhood. Okay, but every project is unique. What you study in grade 1, you don't study in grade 2. There is something extra you are adding a value.